Talking Togs in the park. Sounds interesting.
The new tour. We've got to think of a name for a world tour. Talking Togs abroad.
So you were saying that you done a shoot at a theatre
Yes.
last week. Was that last week?
I think it might be. It's very recent. Anyway, basically, okay, I've always done three things: fashion, portraits, performing arts.
Right.
Do mainly fashion and quite a lot of portraits, headshots, but I do theatre stuff, performing arts. Now, that's different challenges, and I go through quite a big spell when I'm not doing theatre stuff, and then when I go back to it, there's a slight apprehension because I'm sort of thinking this is like a dress rehearsal. You've got one chance of getting all the images, and then they'll be used in the foyer of the theatre and promotions online, so you can't stuff it up. So that's more like the wedding photographer vibe, that you can't stuff it up. Now for me, I'm better in situations where it's a more controlled environment and I'm in control and I can just like, right, I can get this right. But with this, it's an event that's unfolding and I've just got to capture the moments But so yeah, so it was quite interesting.
Is that what you find most challenging then? Is the fact that you got to be on your feet?
The challenging part is not, I don't think, oh, will I know how to set up the camera right? Will I know how to take a good picture? It's kind of like, just in the back of my mind, little nagging doubt, like, don't stuff this up, Tim. Because I don't want to get this wrong, because you've been, employed, literally employed to do this task correctly. As it turned out, it all went well. But I'm just saying. I don't know. Sometimes people think to me, "Oh, I bet you never get nerves or anything."
If the person that's watching this, what advice would you give them if they're looking for if they are being asked to do a job that's paid, so they're receiving a commission?
Yeah,
for doing it.
Yeah, and
their nerves are just bouncing all over the place. Yeah, like, oh my God, I got it wrong. What advice would you give to them to calm those nerves?
Yeah, I think what I did was twofold, because I've done that genre before.
Right.
One is I looked back at my previous work and I thought, oh yeah, I can do this. I reminded myself, what on earth? What am I getting nervous about? I've done it. I've hit it out of the park before. That's fine. But it's because there's been a gap. You kind of thought of creeping in little moments of self-doubt, and then in addition, I looked at other pictures that of that genre, and I thought, yeah, this is fine. I can do this. And it was just like building my confidence levels up, and then and that in advance. So when I turned up, I wasn't like.
So what what you're saying there, you was prepared.
Yeah, well, thank you. I like the way you can put in one word, John. I take 50 just take sake.
So, and I think the old saying is, if you fail to prepare, then prepare to fail.
Yeah.
So I think what's happened there is you've had a little bit of anxiety kicking prior to getting the booking.
Correct.
And then you've gone, right, I need to make sure that I know my onions with this, so I'm going to do a little bit of preparation. Correct. So maybe for the person that's watching this, if they have something similar where they're getting a commission from doing their shoot or their gig, is a case of being prepared. Look at other people that have been doing what it is that you're going to do. Look at their work and don't blatantly copy it. No. But use it as sort of a guide, so to speak.
To know that you're within a range of parameters. Plus, in my case, I had done it before many times, but it's just that there's been a gap. So it's just a case of refreshing my mind that, oh yeah, okay, I'll do this. And I know that the lighting will be exciting, because the stage lighting is exciting, but you've got to know how to deal with that. There's all sorts of colour temperatures happening in stage photography, but there's all sorts of drama unfolding. And if you capture that, you really get shots that you go, oh wow, I'm excited about this. Whoa, this person's leaping in the air or doing that. There's a scene where they're juggling plates. In this, throwing three characters on the stage, throwing plates to each other. You sort of think, how often do you get a chance to get a shot like that?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it turned out well. I'm just kind of sharing that sometimes, even though I've been doing all of this a long time, that sometimes you get a little bit of nerves kicking in, and I think there's always a tiny bit of nerves in every single assignment. but that you can turn that into a excitement and energy and buzz.
Yeah.
And do you know the other key thing I want to say is, and probably be the same for everyone, that once I literally was at the venue and I got my camera out and I tried setting it up and looking at the setup, lights and stuff, and just fired off a couple of shots, looked to the back of the camera and thought, yeah, this is cool. And then it was gone. And then it was the enjoyment, waves of enjoyment. Oh, this is going to be great.
Yeah.
Rather than I just thought it's an interesting thing, and sort of be encouraged anyone that gets that feeling that you can work through that and get to a happy outcome.
Yeah, there's a fine line between excitement and being anxious. There's a fine line, I think, between that.
I get that when you start going in for a hug like this. You know?
I
You got it now.
Between
people in the park looking at us, you know, it's like two strange characters
with a big camera.
Yeah, with a big camera, with a huge microphone on the top.
Slaps on top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I think that it's important to keep that excitement as well. So there's a couple of times, not all of them, but there's a couple of times where, you know, with the wedding photography, I've done it so many times. You know the pattern of the day, the bride prep right through to the first dance, all the bits in between. And once you've done it like 100 times, it's like second nature. And so that's the thing that you need to make sure you still have that, because a lot of people mistake, I think, excitement as anxious.
Okay.
I don't know if that's the correct emotion, but it's important to recognise, I think, and I feel, that the anxiety that someone might feel might just be excitement.
Yeah.
Might just be a case of, oh my, this is brilliant. I'm going to another level.
Yeah.
And I think ultimately that's where the magic happens, is where you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. I think there's the pushing through thing is key. I'm not even saying that I always get that right, but I'm being honest and know that you push through a situation and then you stretch yourself, and then it's good. And you think, well, why was I holding myself back, when if I just knew that when I pushed through, it was going to be good. And then you even learn something by stretching yourself a bit more. So
absolutely,
that's cool.